Hi guys, it's Trevor Tolliver here and you're listening to the Blue Day podcast.
Fellow Chelsea supporters, welcome back, my friends, to the podcast that never ends. Yes, folks, this is the Blue Day podcast, and for Chelsea fans everywhere, every day is a Blue Day. I am your host, Keith Lawrence, and joining me this week, he's finally making his debut on the show. He's one of our new co-hosts. He's former Chelsea footballer and Youth Cup winner, Milan Lalkovic. Milan, welcome to the show. How's it going?
Thank you very much, obviously, for having me. I was looking forward to this, but yeah, thanks, and looking forward to doing more episodes. But I'm good, thank you, I'm good.
First of all, what's your thoughts on this current Chelsea? We'll talk in the future about your time with the club. You're currently playing football out in Greece. For Chelsea, it's been a very poor season. What's your take on what's happened?
Yeah, I think obviously difficult season. There was some mistakes have been done. Bloated squad, team not clicking. That's why the other players are probably out of form as well because nothing seems to work. But hopefully now with Pochettino news and the rebuild that needs to be done in the summer again, I think we should look forward to next season because there's still some talented players that just need a little bit of guidance and confidence. Most importantly, these players, every player needs a confidence, and especially in attacking third where we have been lacking this season, creativity and stuff. I believe next season should be good with the new manager. Yeah.
What's been your take on Frank coming back to Chelsea after replacing Graham Potter, Milan? It hasn't worked out in terms of results. It's not what he wanted. It's not what we wanted as supporters. Was you surprised Frank came in to replace Graham Potter in the first place?
I believe it was to get fans a little bit of excitement because everything was going wrong at that time. So they brought Frank back, obviously legend, and he did really well before with the team without the transfers. And when Eden Hazard obviously left the club, he got the top four. It was also difficult for him at that time. And now to come into this, players, as I said, without confidence, to try put your style there in a short period of time. It's not easy. It's not easy. But he came there obviously just until end of the season until they find the manager. So it is what it is at the moment. It's really hard to criticize, hard to find positives. I think it's been okay. It's been okay. Obviously, we haven't been playing nice football or whatever, but let's say Frank brings his philosophy and then in 2 months new manager is there and it's different philosophy again, you know what I mean? So listen, let's just get the season over with and then whoever will be in charge of the transfers and that, they must get it right because another season like this, I don't think it will be good financially as well for the team like Chelsea, obviously not to be in Champions League, never mind any European competition. So
what would you say has been the one main reason for this poor season?
I think many things happen. Yeah, many things happen to get us into this situation in a short space of time, I would say. Obviously, the owner, people leaving, Marina, Peter Cech behind the scenes, people who were dealing with transfers. Then we were without people like this. The new people didn't come in until, I don't know, later in the transfer window. So the owner, maybe, I don't know, without the experience of doing this, maybe he has, but he's been doing this in America. I don't know, so I can't judge. All I can say is he's putting money into the club. So he's not someone who he's passionate. You know what I mean? He got the players. He thought, okay, these players are going to be good. If we had some advice from whoever, I don't know. But I think next season he will bring someone in for this role. And they need to do a better job. Also, as I said, bloated squad, you need to get people out. Get few people in, new players. And yeah, 3 managers, Tuchel, Potter. I was really excited about Potter as well. Sad about Tuchel because when he came in, obviously won trophies for the club and got us playing some nice football. We were really hard to beat when he first came.
Yeah.
But as you remember, we had Rudiger at the back, we had Christensen. There was no injuries to Chilwell. People were playing like good on form. Mason Mount didn't have problems. Timo, obviously, not many people liked him, but he works hard off the ball. At the moment, and he was an outlet. He was an outlet for as many mistakes as he did, and people gave him like a hard time.
They gave him a lot of stick. Yeah.
He worked hard. Yeah, he worked hard. And he was an outlet, as I said. Kante was not injured. All these things, and sometimes we forget. Kante is so important. Mason Mount on form, energetic, gives life to people around him. Reece James, so important, crossing, running up and down. Chilwell on the other side, the same thing. So you can look at this. When Potter came, so many injuries. We had so many injuries at that time. So I was excited as well. He played really nice football with Brighton, and now De Zerbi, he took them to another level, which is really good. But to put finger on one thing, no, it was many things that went wrong this season. Sometimes with a little bit of luck, we were unlucky. We were also unlucky this season, but it's no excuse. It's no excuse.
We have been unlucky with injuries. When you look at Chilwell and James, for those two in particular, we have missed a lot of players. Kante hasn't been the same. It's a combination of things. Our summer recruitment has been poor, and they just haven't worked. None of the players have worked out.
Yeah, Koulibaly didn't work out. Very good in Serie A, but obviously I think Premier League is different for him.
Yes.
Maybe if he plays with 3 at the back, but not for me. I think Colville, who's coming back from loan, and Badia File are better than him. But that's just my opinion.
Yes, and when you look at the players that aren't making the squad, such as Zagara.
Yeah, but he's on loan. He's on loan. I don't think he's staying, Yeah, but we have Loftus-Cheek, you know what I mean? So, and he's one of our own. So, to bring Zakaria, I think he was just the number. Again, Tuchel, don't think he brought him in. But don't get me wrong, some games he played, he was very good. But is he better than what we have there? I don't know.
Well, let's discuss about the game against Nottingham Forest. I was there, East Stand-Upper. I was hoping for the same team that would beat Bournemouth. Kante apparently picked up an injury and looks like he's out for the rest of the season as well. Lewis Hall, the young lad, came in, did okay. Didn't set the world alight, to be honest. The big change was Mendy for Kepa. And Mendy was at fault for both goals, in my opinion. Even for the first goal, such lazy pressing. When the ball was sprayed out wide, nobody closing down, and you have one striker winning the header against 2 strong centre-halves and a strong goalkeeper. That incensed me on Saturday. I was not happy. Milan, I'd like to get your thoughts, because you was at the club where there were some top goalkeepers. What's your take on the goalkeeper situation? Can you see both there or one leaving?
No, I don't. I think one of them will go. I don't believe both will go. I think Mendy will go. I'm not sure about Kepa, because Kepa has been not bad, but I don't think he's the answer to going forward, because he had his chances now. But when he came back, always worked hard, won his place back, did well some games. There's a mistake in him. Also, there's a mistake in De Gea, who's just won the Premier League clean sheet of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's when you have Peter Cech, he's guaranteed number 1. It's easy then to build a spine around this. You had John Terry, spine. You had Lampard, SPN in the middle. You had Drogba. You had Anelka. You had Ashley Cole. You had Ivanovic before Pablo Ferreira. So you had spine. Now we don't have spine at the moment. It needs to be created. before we spoke about this a little bit on WhatsApp, me and you.
Yeah.
The spine needs to be created and is creating at the moment. We just need the keeper. Obviously, Silva, little bit older now, but going forward, we have Buddy. I feel like he can be one of the spine. You have Reece James, perfect. Chilwell, perfect. So it's like Ashley Cole, Paulo Ferreira, or Ivanovic. Okay, you have Enzo, who can be like a Lampard. You have Mason Mount, another. So you're building a spine. Lukaku, I believe Lukaku coming back fit, confident. He's our main man. He's our main man. You don't maybe even need to buy a striker. Okay, if you want Martinez, but you need to get people out. Like Havertz, let's say, Ziyech out, Pulisic out. And then you can bring another striker in. You probably need a winger as well on the right side because Sterling is fine. You've got Modric on the left, perfect. And Modric will come into it, obviously, as he's learning more about the Premier League and the intensity. But you have Noni on the right, but you need someone else as well. Declan Rice maybe comes, if he comes perfect. Maybe Amrabat, Fiorentina, he's decent option. But I really like the Fulham guy. The tall guy in the middle reminds me a little bit of Matic, the Brazilian.
Palhinha, yeah.
Yeah. He's decent, mate. I think if we had him in the middle, he would make a difference. So him or Declan Rice on Amrabat, if you add. Everybody speaks about Osimhen, too much money, 160 million, and obviously not guaranteed that in Premier League he's gonna do well. Let's see.
Well,
but we need a spine. As we said, let's put it all together. We need a spine, and the spine is building at the moment. Okay, and then you can add pieces around like a puzzle.
We've had discussions about this in regards to the spine of the team. When you was there was the likes of Cech, Terry, Lampard, Drogba. We haven't had that level of quality in the spine for so long. We haven't replaced Courtois. We've missing Terry's leadership. We haven't replaced Lampard's goals. We haven't replaced Drogba's presence. I think if we get that, forget about luxury players, forget about players to boost the commercialisation of the club. Build a spine that's going to stay there for at least 5 years. At least then build a team around that. Unfortunately, Silva is approaching the end of his career. I wish we bought him 10 years ago. What a fantastic player he is. I'd like to get your thoughts on Enzo Fernandez. For me, I don't see him as a holding midfielder. He's certainly not a 10. I'm yet to be convinced that he's the answer to our midfield problems. Kovacic, I think his days are behind him.
Yeah, he's got 1 year left as well, so maybe they will cash in there.
Yeah. When Kante came back, people expected too much.
Yeah, maybe that's why he got another injury, because he comes back, starts playing all these games, and another muscle goes because you're concentrating on coming back on the hamstring, and now your groin goes because you work too much now on the groin because you are careful.
Yeah.
Last 3-4 years, always trying to come back quick, and something else happens, and then you just in a circle. So not easy mentally, especially. No. But we need Kante. We need fit Kante. Now he will have a break, enjoy a little bit break, then work hard to come back. And in preseason, when he's fit, come on, Kante plays, man. Kante plays, wins the ball, gives it to attacking players, and we go. So, but you need a plan B if Kante, because you can see now with the history, you need a plan B for Kante. So I hope they will figure it out, the club.
There was a few surprises for me on Saturday. Sterling getting 2 goals. I never thought I'd see that. The second goal I thought was superb. Great finish from him.
Look at Sterling YouTube videos. So many goals like this. But what is the defender doing, by the way? Why is he sliding there? Like you can see Raheem doesn't go normally on his left foot, obviously. And then he's not even chopping with his left foot. So the defender is just slide. Fantastic open up for Raheem, and he does what he does in Premier League for, last 10 years. Whips it back post. There you go. Fantastic finish. He's a great player, man. Come on, fantastic player. Okay, you can don't give him abuse. You can say he plays bad because the whole team is not clicking at the moment.
Yeah.
So how can you expect Raheem to click? How can you expect Modric to click? We will see glimpses. But yesterday, it's what he does. That's what he has been bought for. But we need to get him into these positions. How many chances are we creating for these players? Are we creating them the chances so they can get into attacking positions to hurt someone. And if they don't, it's not the manager's fault. You know what I mean? It's not. Players know. You know how hard it is to play with no confidence when everything it seems is going against you. It's not even these players. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how much you played and this. Okay, you have experience, but when here something you start to doubt a little bit. Or okay, am I going to pass now because I didn't go past him 1-against-1 and we lose the ball? And man, it's football, man. It's football.
We've seen it with Brentford and Brighton. The confidence is shot amongst the team.
We missed Mason Mount's energy. Look how he plays. Press, everything like this gives energy. Kante, as I said again, Kante, we missed Kante, man. Reece James, you missed Reece James. One time he played, then he has to, because of his hamstring, we are pushing him to play because we need him for important games. Then now, because you can't, the season is over, so he needs the rest. It's perfect. I would do the same. If you can rest him and get him ready for next season, because it's more important. You start in from zero, new manager. You need to be ready for pre-season. But we miss these players, man. They give energy to the team. The team plays completely different with these players, these characteristic players. So yeah, we did mistakes as a club to look at like a fan this season, but we also have been unlucky with some during the season with some situation, injuries and stuff. But as I said, it is what it is. Cancel this season and let's go again next season.
Last thing on Sterling, do you believe the best is yet to come?
As you said, Pochettino style attacking football, I believe Raheem will be back to his best. And let's expect from him, maybe not Man City goals because they create more chances, but I hope under Pochettino we will create more. Also, if they add to attacking players, but I'm expecting next season from Raheem 10 to 15 goals and 20 plus goal contribution. So he will add assists, he will add goals again, and he'll be back to his best, and everybody will be like, okay, this is Raheem.
I want to give special mention to Conor Gallagher. I think Chelsea would be mad to sell him in the summer.
But he worked so hard off the ball, gives you so much,
Yes.
and that's why. Are you surprised the manager picking him? No, I'm not surprised.
No.
You need these players. If you want to play pressing football, he gives you so much energy. You know football, my friend, so don't worry. Don't worry about what. I'm sure Conor Gallagher knows. And the only thing that matters is what the players around him think and the manager. Nobody else.
One player I was surprised with, in a good and bad way, was Hakim Ziyech. At half-time, he was supposedly warming up, and I was there watching him for the full half-time break. And he just looked like a guy that weren't bothered, just complete and utter lazy.
Like that. He plays like that since he came. That's his body language.
Chelsea fans weren't happy when he was coming on, but when he did, I thought he did really well. He was one of our best players in the second half.
Last game, Bournemouth, fantastic cross for a goal, yeah.
His crossing was outstanding. There was just no one there to put the ball in the back of the net. He's not one of my favourite players. It just hasn't worked out for him, but there is talent there.
Of course there's talent, otherwise he wouldn't be at Chelsea.
He needs to leave. He needs a new challenge.
When you can go to Paris Saint-Germain and then you because of the email, it runs out. Maybe it plays on your mind a little bit, but I think he's a professional. Okay, body language. Everybody has some kind of body language. Remember Ozil? They say Ozil is lazy, and the stats show he runs a lot. You know what I mean? So it depends how you look at the player, but he came on yesterday, did okay. I think he did better at Bournemouth when he came on, but did okay. As you said, put some decent balls in. He took players 1-against-1, which you want from your attacking players when you put them on, to be positive, to put them under pressure. But I think he's going. I think if he goes to one of the Italian clubs or to Spain, he will be good there. I think he will be good there. You never know, but that's also my opinion. I think, if he goes to Milan clubs, he will flourish. Yeah.
From one attacker to another, I'd like to get your thoughts on João Felix. For me, he's not a striker. He's more of a 10. I like him. There have been games where I think he has been too good for us. Would you look to sign him in the summer?
No, another loan, not signing him.
Another loan.
My opinion. If you can get him on loan again, if you want, depends what Pochettino wants, but Pochettino plays with the 10. If you play him in the 10, okay, but I think Mason Mount can play then in midfield. Obviously, Mason can play left, right, down the middle, number 8. I think his favorite is number 8. That's what he played in the youth team days as well, and for Vitesse and Derby when he was on loan, right?
Mm.
But if Pochettino, as I said, plays with 10, if you want Felix and you can get him on loan, okay. If you need to spend more than 60, 70, what for? You can get better than that for 70, 80 million. And I don't think we need that position at the moment. We don't need. Let's see what Pochettino does, Listen, Felix, fantastic player, but people look at stats. I'm not one who looks at stats as season goal contribution. Okay, he looks good, but there's many things that he does so well, and then we're like, oh, and then again, oh, fantastic, and But yeah, to answer your question, I wouldn't spend that money on him. But another loan, possibly, yeah. Why not?
It was announced after the game on Saturday that Mauricio Pochettino is close to joining Chelsea. Paperwork, it seems, has been signed. Your thoughts on this, Milan? As some Chelsea fans, I know when you read on social media or the ones that have gone that are not happy, there are others that will give him a chance.
Nah, it's football, man. What? Tottenham, he was their manager. It's his job, and we need a good manager, so who cares? It's not like, okay, remember Benitez?
No, that guy was not liked at all, was he? Absolutely not.
He won the Europa League for the club, But okay, maybe Benitez was too much for the fans. You need to win the fans, and the only way you win fans is with results. So I hope they, because of the style of play Pochettino had, I hope we'll play decent football, and fans will buy into it and support him. Yeah, I think the deal is done because Fabrizio Romano on Twitter, he said, "Here we go." So I think it's done. And yeah, let's look forward to it. Let's be positive. Let's look forward to it. I think good times ahead, I believe.
Do you believe he'll be given time at Chelsea?
If he has results, yeah. Potter got time. They gave so much time to Potter. They tried. It just didn't work. Not meant to be. That's it. Okay, you can say, as we said, excuses. Little excuses. Injuries, this, timing, World Cup. No time to really practice what you want because you have players away. But they gave him time and didn't work out. If Pochettino has results, of course he will have time. Every manager needs results. It's like this now. Every manager needs results. Every.
Do you think it will help as we are not in Europe?
Possibly. Last time this happened, we won the title with Conte.
Yes, but we did have Hazard and we did have Costa, to be fair.
Yes, we did. We had Fabregas, we had Costa. Yeah, you're right. But we're going to have Lukaku back. Listen, I'm not going to say we're going to challenge for the title. But I think we'll be top 4, mate.
Do you think Lukaku wants to come back?
I don't know. I don't know the situation, how he has. Because after the interview, the only problem with him is the interview. Because of the fans, They give him grief because of his first touch, YouTube highlights or whatever. Man, he's fun. Come on. Scores over 100 goals in Premier League. He's a beast. Yeah. Telling you now, fit, as I said, fit Lukaku, confident Lukaku. You're playing into his strengths. He's a beast. And is a similar statue to Drogba. Statue. You know what I mean? Like the big number 9, presence. Yeah. Come on, we need to get best out of him while we have him here. You paid so much money for him. You're going to lose money if you sell him. Let's Pochettino change his head. If he needs to apologize for interview, I think he already did a little bit though. He apologized after that interview. But let's squash it. We need to squash it. And I'm telling you, when he starts scoring and playing in his potential that he has, his quality, not even potential, he's quality player. Come on, international top scorer, Belgium. Come on. Fans will forget. When he scores, fans will forget, They will sing his name. When he was young, he wanted to be at Chelsea. He said unfinished business. Now he has even more unfinished business.
Yes.
And especially when we are now in this situation to come back and take the club back to top four and fighting for potentially with Man City. I think Liverpool will be back. Arsenal obviously is good now, but I think Liverpool will be back next season. It will help him. It will help everyone. Him being confident and fit, it helps the whole team. So gives you completely different dimension how you want to play, how you can play. You see what he did? Hold the guy back. Boom. Power. First game against Arsenal, he bullied them. Aston Villa, he scored similar goal against Villa. Yeah. And then people forget. I don't know if they forget, but COVID, his ankle injury. He couldn't get back to his fitness because maybe COVID didn't help him, his stamina and everything. Then he did the interview. So everything went downhill. Then your confidence goes. The manager doesn't want you here
Well,
anymore.
him and Tuchel didn't get on.
Then the fans, every time you come on the pitch, you lose the ball. The fans like, he doesn't even want to because of the interview, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's not easy. It's not easy. Then he goes to Inter. Again, injuries, unlucky. World Cup. He's not fit. Comes on last game. Misses 3 chances. Hits the post. Being unlucky. Fans are like, we don't need this. We don't, So I think we need him. We need him. We need him 100%. Why you have him at the club? You know how many teams would want this kind of player? Fast, strong. Let's say he's 100% fit and everything, okay? We're talking about this. Has a Premier League goals, over 100 goals. Belgium top scorer. Presence. Tall. Come on.
No.
You need player like that. You need. Even everything I said now, maybe he has a meeting with Pochettino and he'll be like, no, I don't want to be here, and that's it, done.
Well, if he doesn't, let's hope the club doesn't lose a lot of money from him from the sale. Let's see what happens in the summer.
We're 100% losing money, though. 100% club is losing money.
Before we go, Milan, do you believe Mount will go? What's your predictions for the summer with him?
I think one of the keepers is going. Pulisic goes. Ziyech goes, my opinion. Possibly Havertz. Players coming back from loan. Colville, you're probably going to try use him in preseason, have a look at him. I do believe we also need a left back. Another one, I think Cucurella possibly goes. Depends. Maybe in a Pochettino style, he wakes up a little bit. I don't know. But fans are also not having him. And the right back is coming. Gusto, from Lyon. Let's see how he is. Let's see how he is. And I believe we need a right winger. Defensive midfield cover for Kante because of his injury problems in the past years. You need the cover for that.
Well,
I think Kovacic goes.
We've also got Nkunku coming in as well.
I always forget about him. You got Nkunku, who can play also as a striker or behind the striker, or he can play on the right or left. So another option, good for competition.
Yeah.
But also remember, we will only have FA Cup and Carabao Cup next year. We will not have any Europa games. So you need to have a healthy squad, and definitely not as bloated as it is now. No. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't get any easier. We have City, United, Newcastle. Not easy. Good luck, Frank. But Milan, thank you for being on the show today. In the future, we will be talking about your time at Chelsea as the weeks and months pass by. And if anybody is interested in finding you on social media, how can they go about it?
They can find me on Twitter at Lalkovic Milan 10 and the similar on Instagram. So just reach out. Whatever you want to ask, I'm here. I like to talk about football. Obviously, we can talk about Chelsea or whatever. But thank you for having me. As you said, I'm looking forward to do more episodes, and hopefully in the next few games, Chelsea get some points and we can speak about positive things and not just us being bad again and lethargic or whatever, So let's hope for some positive in last 3 games and then players rest and we go next season again.
I like the sound of that. We were doing all right. We're unbeaten in 2 matches.
Fantastic. Build.
But for those of you that wish to find us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at the Blue Day Pod. You can find us on Instagram at the Blue Day Podcast. We've also got a couple of nice show reels and videos from my time doing the Legends Tour at Stamford Bridge a few weeks ago. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/the Blue Day Podcast. Again, thank you very much for joining us, folks. Stay safe and carefree.